Converge in greatness on world peace, or the rise of the Golden Army. Teenagers pretty much know that school is ineffective. They are in it for the diploma so that they can move on and forget about it. But what they don't quite understand yet is that they are being cheated out of real education. School is for them. It is one of our greatest inventions. But today it is infested by liars and pretenders. If they but reject memorization and charades, they will collapse the entire scam. They will fail tests designed for memorization, both on local and state level. Schools will be exposed for the diploma mills that they are, and their accreditation will become threatened. Now that is quite a power to hold over institutions that are otherwise hurting them. I believe the tipping point is learning something for real. By learning programming, an important language of the future, and a subject that is self-validating, as in programs won't work unless they are done right, they will gain the ability to spot fake education. Why am I not learning like I learned programming? Schools have grown to depend on all subjects being equally useless. It makes the fraud of ineffective education easier to hide. Many things aren't engineered on purpose, but they are used for convenient cover and manipulation. For example, military does not recruit young people because they are full of energy and strong, but because it is easy to lie to them at the mall. Another example is the art class, where the teacher keeps on talking about useless things such as hand-eye coordination, which can only come with practice and years of it, while standing beneath a camera obscura that could project images, perhaps generated by artificial intelligence, on canvas, where they can experience what real painting with camera obscura is like. Once the teenagers become convinced of the fraud that is played on them, they will put an instant end to it. The resulting no memorization protests lead to more than AI-based individual instruction that aims towards comprehension, not mere regurgitation. They lead the younger generations out of very real dark ages that we are stuck in today. Not to mention out of cultures that fell behind or were engineered to drag behind on purpose. Standing up for real education will push the world away from poverty and addiction via perhaps artificial intelligence monitored universal income programs. Real education will lead them into the world that we have always promised, a world that is honest, one that is more intellectual and more protective, a world where individual rights are honored, but where everyone is strongly urged to grow all the way up until they become great beings. In a well-educated world, there is neither room for ineffective education nor fake politics. With most of the useless disagreements gone, humanity will turn to a convergence on good ideas, rather than divergence towards divided and uneducated humanity ruled in darkness by bullies. Parents, Redeem yourselves for tolerating school as a mere babysitter that helps with learning social skills. The social skills that kids learn in a fake school often include alcohol and drugs, and certainly stupid ideas. Teenagers need a culture that helps them grow up without regrets. This culture can be had if you ask them to stop memorizing and not to be scared of the resulting grades. Help your children build LAN parties for gaming and learning programming. Help them to learn how to install AI so they can run it at home. Please help them understand that the only way out of poverty is through meaningful, functional, authentic education, total comprehension, not memorization. Help them with tutors until they can make money from tutoring others and eventually get funding to build their little startups and maybe even schools. All the other seemingly prestigious professions may earn a lot of money on the surface, but they also start with massive amounts of debt. Programming not only shows what real education feels like, but also requires no upfront investment, just some video tutorials. There is no greater betrayal, no greater curse than fake or ineffective education that counts towards nothing. There can be no progress without real education. It is either all of us or none, in that worst of ways. Help them learn for real so that they may rise to become great beings.